After the demon died, the world was at peace. Meteors started to rain down on Earth. Another teaser. It killed all the crops. The bomb killed villages. All the crops. This what ghosts were born. And people turned into monstrous skeletons. And they eventually they will die. However, this can get really confusing to track. So instead, like most of the fandom, we're going to pick a year zero and recount forwards and backwards from there. Similar to BC and AD here in the real world. And it was all destroyed. But only some people lived. Some elves. About 7. Anyway, regardless, hey, at least it makes sense as like the choice for our central dates because 7 of them survived. And also for your convenience, and check out any of the source material or actual some wandering elves stumbled upon the village and became citizens of it. They went scavenging for life. Sheep were rare. They were like real rare. And cows were like diamonds. No one even thought they survived the impacts. And some of the elves that didn't survive turned into cold ones. Like, I don't know how to pronounce its name. But this one was weird. He was fireblood, fireproof, fire poison immunity, and was venomous. He was attractive, he has the bubble defense, eagle-eyed, fat, generation giant, long liver, strong. These were similar to demons, to the demons' traits. This is a dead version of the demon. his corpse. He was alive. He lived. He just got. He's still alive somehow. The cold turned him into a cold one, or a yeti.
This is against the city's laws, and Ron uses it to incite a rebellion against the Chows. However, Ron's identity is revealed during the battle, and he is banished from the city by the Lion Turtle. Though the Lion Turtle does agree to let Ron keep his fire beneath to protect himself out in the wild. Though originally scared, Ron befriends several spirits out in the wild. He saves a cat deer he names Lula from hunters, and Lula becomes his loyal animal companion and guide. Ron saves several spirits from hunters from his home city, and the spirits eventually
He killed sheep. Those were rare. He was the hunter of sheep. He hunted sheep. In Sheep Island, hundreds of sheep roamed around. But the only problem was, there was also hundreds of bears roaming around the shores. Animal Island is cool because there was a lot of animals, but very dangerous, real dangerous. There were polar bears that can kill you. The ice bridge was not. It is not big, strong enough to lift you up. But there was one elf that was named there. Deb. He was lucky that he survived. He was a gold tooth and mage to the veteran.
And many begin to clash due to their cultural differences. Sadly, war is frequently waged between the groups, and though Ron intervenes to keep the peace, he is rarely successful. A much older Ron eventually dies on a battlefield trying to stop one such war. He apologizes to Rava, saddens that even with Batu sealed, darkness has continued to spread across the world. Ron as he dies, Ron and Rava's combined spirit is reborn into a new body, and thus the Avatar cycle officially begins. A great deal happened over the next 6,000 years, between 9,829 and 3,829 BG. Despite the new barrier between the human and spirit worlds, some spirits are able to interact with the human world, including Wan Shitong, a spirit who collects knowledge. She transports his spirit library into the human world, where it finds a home in the middle of what would become the Sealong Desert on the planet's main continent. Other spirits include Lady Tianhe, guardian of the seashore, and her protector, General Old Iron. Several humans settled in the area protected by Tianhe, who was fascinated by the humans and decided to protect them. They
was Demon's brother. He was hiding under the sea, from the deepest depths of the sea, beyond this island. And he heard his brother was here. So,
several of the nomads who learned airbending from the flying bison formed temples across the world. One early airbending master able to let go of his earthly tethers and relax the rare ability of unassisted flight. It is said that he did not touch the ground for the last 40 years of his life. Additionally, at least one civilization rose and fell over the course of these thousands of years in the South Pole, leaving nothing but their
for a couple hundred years.
Several like-minded
For
people
a
began
couple of
gathering
years.
in settlements that slowly grew into cities. One of these would become the largest such settlement in the world, the walled city of Say. Elsewhere, the earth in your shoe is killed during a battle of the warring
The
villages,
earth
and in her grief
was
only uses her earthbending to end the conflict.
for a couple of years.
Towns come together and form
The
a new city
kingdom
in honor of her fallen love.
survived.
Known as a Mashu,
They didn't just survive, they thrived. Being they were happy. We happy.
Unidentified incarnation of the Avatar defeats the twins, greatly injuring one and banishes them to the spirit world.
They were wait.
On the Avatar, a series of
They were
breaks out across the
strong.
and among the belligerents is the kingdom of Boston.
They were the strongest kingdom in the world.
And absorb them into their
That
government,
makes them because they are literally not even a king. They're not even. They're not. I might not speak today.
As civil unrest begins amongst the various tribes in this coalition,
Let me just make.
this new southern water tribe builds their own civilization and eventually heals relations with their cousins in the northern water tribe. Like the Earth Sages, a group of waterbenders known as the Water Sages become integral to their society, though they retain spiritual importance rather than becoming political figures. Additionally, over the millennia, at least one group of southern water tribesmen wander through the Earth Kingdom and discover a vast wetland known as the Foggy Swamp. They settle down here, forming the Foggy Swamp tribe, though their own origins are eventually lost to them. Meanwhile, the Sun Warriors flourish in the archipelago they call home, led by a single chief. The majority of the rest of the inhabitants of these islands are influenced by Sun Warrior culture, though many of their chieftains devolve into warlords claiming territory across the archipelago. Others form organizations of wise fire sages, traveling out into the rest of the world to learn from it. The various warlords eventually come into conflict, though one named Kaz is far more brutal than the others and rises to power across the entire archipelago. One village stood up to Kaz,
But demon, or other known as Yeti,
unknown what became of them, but they were never seen again. The mothers of these children died from grief.
he turned into a myth.
Themselves abducting the children.
He was spotted a lot of times. He turned into a myth. Spottings of a Yeti. They called him the Ice King. They thought that he was the cause of all of this chaos. But it was death of his demon form that he. It was the death of his demon form that turned the world into the death of his demon form caused all of this. Right now, for some reason, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
He found humans to be ungrateful and constantly demanding of more, and was only calmed by his friend and companion, the poet and engineer, Masose. The great tsunami hit a harbor city during Avatar Gun's era, and though Gun attempted to stop the disaster, he was unable to. Masose died during the flooding, causing Gun to go into self-imposed isolation. He was blamed by the world for not stopping the tsunami. At some point, a group of scholars and warriors from all four nations come together and form the Order of the White Lotus, a secret society dedicated to sharing knowledge regardless of political divides. The organization is often tasked with finding and protecting new incarnations of the Avatar, though they mostly do so in secret. We get more information about exact events the closer and closer we get to the era of Avatar Aang and the 100-Year War. For example, several hundred years BG, the spirit lady Tianhe falls in love with a mortal man in the village of
Penguins started to pop up.
She gives up her immortality and eventually dies, lingering in old iron. Elsewhere, an Earth that eventually be known as Tigwai may have been born. Tigwai masters hidden spiritual knowledge and uses it to
Penguins went to here near the coast.
entirely. Functionally,
of Iona
The exact date of TY's birth is
and the
unknown.
other island, the smaller island, aka Animal Island.
Eventually, Avatar Zero is born into Fire Nation. His status was
She
discovered early after he'd been
there were a
basically
lot.
early in his childhood. When Zero was a child, a major
They were
crisis
in the
threatened the Fire
house
Nation. Plagues and natural disasters ravaged the islands.
of the
While
island.
local clans eroded the empire. Faced with these crises, Zero devoted his life to work within the Fire Nation government, rejecting any special privileges and advancing rank only on his own merits. Zero was a gifted diplomat, accountant, reinforcing Fire Lord Yoso's power.
Snowman
Became a grand advisor to the
came back from
Fire Nation
extinction.
government and economy. Scholars of the age argue that he saved the Fire Nation from complete collapse.
There were
Though Zero was respected by other nations during his life, he spent most of his time looking only to the Fire Nation, only occasionally traveling outside of the
white mages came back.
We're spending time at the Northern Air Temple and
We're back. So we're still lived.
Scholars believe that Zero was too focused on the Fire Nation and that his decision-making as the Avatar, a position meant to serve all peoples and nations, was biased.
Created.
Though outwardly he seemed put together and like a man with nothing behind, Zeto's successors would think that inwardly he had a difficult, messy life. After some decades, Zeto
What's
passed away
real
and his
called?
spirit reincarnated as Avatar Yangshin, towards the air nomads of the Western Air Temple. In her youth, Yangchin's plagued by voices in her head, and by the age of 8, she held painful epileptic fits because of them. In reality, this was no sickness, but instead spirits of past avatars and their memories briefly emerging. And because of this, Yangshin and those around her realized that she was the Avatar much younger than was typical. When Yangshin was 9 years old, the Fire Nation and Water Tribes conspired to back an Earth King in general, attempting a coup against the Earth King by sending bars of platinum to pay for the general's armies and expenses. The Earth King defeats the general and discovers the intervention from the other nations, and in retaliation, the Earth King closes most of his ports to the Water Tribes and Fire Nation. He takes the platinum ingots and puts a statue in his throne room with them, and says that he will not reopen relations until the platinum has rusted enough to appear like stone. This could theoretically take hundreds of years. The entire event becomes known as the Platinum Affair. The Fire Nation and Water Tribes declare similar policies of isolationism with the nations
Stop it!
necessary and
Stop it, Yeti! Stop it!
cities become known as the Shell Merchant.
The Yeti attacked again.
Eventually conspiring together in what they call the Unanimated Project, hoping to send
To the-
independence from the
To the kingdom.
Additionally, the art of combustion then
To the kingdom, the Yeti was an enemy.